And we are live. Hello, everybody. Happy
Hello.
Friday. Wow, we have got a show for you tonight. I have everybody knows Avana, my side kick friend and fellow reader who usually does the full moons with me. She's
Yep.
back on my channel for this very special show. And our guest tonight, I actually met Cheryl through Avana and we'll be sharing our stories. This is Cheryl Marlene. She is an author and creator of the Akashic Records, Gemstone Guardians. I know you have seen me when I do crystal readings. I have used her cards before. They're very lovely.
Yes.
Oh, someone just knocked on my door with my coffee. So, Avana, why don't you go ahead, because it was through Avana that I got to get my book, read up and go, oh, I want Cheryl on, and then we can let Cheryl explain everything, share with everybody, who she is, what she does, how she came about it, and all that good stuff. So
Absolutely.
Take it away.
Okay, absolutely. I got it. Thank you, Heather.
You're welcome, Avana. Oh, really
So,
quick.
yeah, go
Really
ahead.
quick too. Fatima, hello. Odelia, hello. Emerald Buddha, hello. It's good to
Yep.
see you.
Hi, ladies.
Nancy Riker,
Hi.
Isadora, Dina, Sylvia. Oh, they're all popping in. So go ahead, Avana, and
Yay,
then after you're done, I'll say hello to the next group that comes in. So
Sounds good. Thank you, Heather.
all
Yeah,
right. You're welcome.
about a few years ago, I really wanted to learn how to connect to just a higher like spiritual energy so that I could, get accurate messages for myself, for others. And I came across this term called the Akashic Records. And I said, okay, let me start to pursue, what is this? What are these Akashic Records they speak of? Okay. So I got on the internet one night and I immediately, when I searched on Akashic Records, I came up to Cheryl Marlene's website, and you can't make it easier to find her. It's CherylMarlene.com. She teaches, she's written books on the Akashic Records and written many books. Really, I could just feel through that website when I started to explore her website, like, is this somebody I kind of mesh with? I could just feel like an energy connection. So first thing I did was I booked a reading with her because I thought, I don't know, let's see, right? One of the most accurate readings I've ever had. So I then decided, I'd like to learn from her. She has multiple levels, level 1, 2, 3, 4, learning how to open up your Akashic records, personal records, the records of others, doing deep soul dives into things, doing other research, as you move through the levels. I've been a student of hers at least 2 or 3 years. Yeah, for quite a while. Really enjoy
3 years.
special. Yeah, it's a really special
Wow.
group of people, and not only the group, like the students, the fellow students, but Cheryl she just makes it. Her energy and her knowledge, her deep knowledge of the Akashic Records. In fact, I'm getting the chills as I even say it, because just being around her and her energy and how she teaches is just, it's such an enlightening experience. So that,
Ooh,
yep,
you feel the
absolutely.
love.
I gotta say I gotta say it. So that being said, again, I am an Akashic record reader also, but I'm not doing that tonight. I did not open the records tonight. I have different cards out. I have different tarot cards and different oracle cards out for tonight. But with that, I'm going to turn it all over to Cheryl, because she's really how I got my start with the Akashic records, and continue with her today.
And I got to meet Cheryl through
Yes.
Avana.
Yes.
Because, Avana had ordered another copy of Cheryl's book and cards, and so she gifted these to me earlier this year. So this is the book.
Yes.
Absolutely. And well, I'll let Cheryl explain if she wants me to maybe use some examples. It's incredible. She'll be able to explain it a lot better than I do. And everybody knows that I love working with crystals. I have several different crystal decks, and I do, healing with crystals as well. And when she sent me these cards, I was just like, it's just beautifully designed. The images, the photography is gorgeous. I love that there's a message already on there. And with the messages, I found it very, it's like a platform to jump off of. It gives you
Yes.
something. And then with what she shares from the Akashic and the crystals, then I can take her knowledge and then combine it with the knowledge that I've learned from other books and readers and decks, and it's just amazing. So I will be quiet now and introduce Miss Cheryl Marlene.
Oh, thank you, Heather. Thank you, and Avana. Thank you so much. I'm thrilled to death to be here tonight. Anytime anybody gives me the opportunity to talk about the Akashic Records, I'm more than happy to take it. I've been working with the records for over 25 years. As I say a lot of times, this is not what I went to college for, but it is what has become like the expression of who I am and what I enjoy doing in the world. And so the basic part of what I do is I do Akashic record readings for people, and I teach, like Avana was saying. And in this experience, I think what's been both the most interesting for me and actually the most difficult thing for me is that the way I've come to understand the Akashic records through my experience is that I talk about the records in a way that's very different than what most people do. And it's very much from an energetic point of view and from the soul's point of view. And it's stepping outside of anything physical and looking from that point. So like if I'm like, my elevator speech is, you know, if someone says like, what are the Akashic records? I say, well, if you think about that part of yourself that's eternal, what we tend to think of as the soul. As the soul moves through the time and space of the universe, it creates an energetic record. And that energetic record is your Akashic record. So going into the Akashic records is like going into the origin of your soul and turning around and looking back from that point of view. And I think one of the things that's most interesting about that, especially from an energetic point of view, is that you're not then dealing with something that's written down, right? Like most of what people will say about the records is it's like a book in a heavenly library. And that gives us the idea that it's been written down. And where in its deepest levels is actually about energy in this moment. And so by looking at the records from that perspective, it gives you the ability to engage with that energy flow in a way that historically isn't something that people think the Akashic records can do. Because if it's a book in the library, then our minds think, oh, well, it's all written down, so that means it has to be passed, right? And that's why a lot of people think that like in an Akashic record reading, all you can do is past lives. And that's not true. You can do past lives, but you can do a whole lot more than that. So one of the things is I got really interested early on in just the energy of crystals and gemstones and metals and, you know, beach stones. I mean, it didn't have to be anything very complicated. And I learned, because of the way I look at the Akashic records, one of the things I can do is open the records of other. And when I say other, I don't mean just other people. I mean other flows of energy that are not you. So that brought me into opening the records of like just the gemstones I had, you know, like sitting on my altar, sitting on my desk. And through that experience, I learned that essentially there's 3 levels of energy that you can work with in the records when you talk about crystals and gemstones. One is the energy of a particular stone, right? Like if you have a particular piece of quartz, you can open the records of that particular piece of quartz. Then the next level is that you can open the records of all quartz or all amethyst, right? So it's like opening the records of the group of it. And then there's actually another level above that, or I don't mean to say that that's better, but another level. And that is what I call the gemstone guardians. And so it's like the creative energy of the gemstone itself, of the crystal itself. And that's awesome. Like that's just an amazing thing to do, is to interact with that energy. And a couple of years ago, in doing some work with the Gemstone Guardians, they made a suggestion to me that I write a book with them. So that's what I started doing, is I started opening questions. And so that's right. That's the book that Heather has up there. It's Akashic Records, Gemstone Guardians. And it's where do I say this? It's the messages of 30 Gemstone Guardians via the Akashic Records. So it's not like, how do you use this gemstone? It's more, what is the original energy of this gemstone about? What was their intention? Why did they become manifested energy on the earth? And that's the information that's in there. And as I did all of this, they started giving me, each one of the Gemstone Guardian groups started giving me a message for humanity. And so then that's what's on the card there, that like Heather was showing you, and there it's in the book too. But this message is like, this is several the message of labradorite. And so of the 30 ones, everyone gave me a message for humanity. They also gave me their spirit name. That started with rose quartz. I opened up the records, the Gemstone Guardians of rose quartz, and they were a little bit pissed at me.
Ooh, yes,
yeah,
they
there's
have
like,
a personality.
Right.
Yeah.
Our name is not rose quartz. How dare you? I'm like, okay, then. So what's the name? And they told me that they wanted to be called Crystal Heart. And so I'm like, okay, then. And so then every Gemstone Guardian after that, they said, that's our real name. That's our spirit name. And so every gemstone after that gave me a spirit name. So all of that's in the book. So for each of the 30 Gemstone Guardians, there's their message for humanity, their spirit name, and then the text of their message, right? So some longer and some shorter. And then each of them ended with questions for people to use. Like if you open the Akashic Records, you definitely can use the questions there, but they're also good to use for like journaling, meditation, and just, you know, asking yourself that question and then thinking about it for a little bit and seeing what you come up with. So and so all of that came out in the book. And when I saw all of this, that's when I decided to do the cards. And there's also a journal that goes with the book, so that if you want to use the journal to write down the answers to the questions, that all the questions that are in the book are in the journal.
She includes at the very end of each stone, she has questions for journaling, asking about how they can a person can work with the gift that crystal offers.
Yes.
With the energy, how it works for me. Just really beautiful prompts. I actually was looking at labradorite today because I ended up buying a piece recently, and I was wondering if you would like to share the story that you wrote on how you came across the labradorite. It's in the book. I know you're going through a very painful transition, and I just love how, because when I tell people that, like when I worked at Crystal Magic and Flagstaff, I have a crystal that actually I could hear call out to me. I heard a hey, you know, and it caught my attention, and I'm looking at my display, and it's like I saw this flash of rainbow, and I was brought to this amethyst, and I'm like, okay, you know, do you want to go home with me? Well, what do you think? You know, I'm like, okay, you know. And so when I was reading the story on the labradorite, I was like, oh, this crystal's got a little bit of an attitude too, like mine did. And so I didn't know if you wanted to, you know, share, or if you wanted me to read it, but I just think it's a lovely little story.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah. You know,
or put it in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Cliff Notes version.
Yeah.
I mean, I never had a crystal go at me. Like,
yeah.
Labrador, I was like, you know.
Yeah. So Basically what happened was I was in a place like where they were selling crystals just after my ex kicked me to the curb, basically. And you know, in the middle of all kinds of fear and in the middle of all kinds of worry and anxiety and, oh my God, what's going to go on in my life, right? Because that wasn't exactly in the plan. And so I walked into the store that had a display, and this piece of labradorite just, I mean, it really wouldn't let me go, right? Like, it was like, hey, take me home now. You need me. And I'm just, you know, part of me just wanted to go, oh, like, you know, but I did. I brought it home, and it insisted on sitting on my desk, right where I work and I do all my stuff, right? And it helped me let go of the fear. You know, I would pick it up and just hold it a little bit, but it was also just the presence, right? Like the presence of something that cared enough about me to make that kind of demand. And yeah, and it also, I mean, that, and then some of the other experiences, I think that what's become really important to me about working with crystals and gemstones and whatever is that, yes, it's true that that the energy of the stones is, you know, some are better in some things and some better in other things, but it's also that every person can have their own personal relationship. And that just because amethyst is healing for the rest of the planet doesn't necessarily mean that that's your relationship with amethyst. And that was one
amethyst. This is the one that yelled at me.
There you go.
Rain, you know, and you can see that rainbow and the way the light hit it.
That's beautiful.
Like, oh, okay, so yep, that's the piece, and I keep it right by me now, especially for dreaming as well. I didn't mean to interrupt. Sorry.
Yeah. So thank you for having me, Heather. Really, truly.
Thank you for being here. And really quick, Jane said that she was going to start going off for dinner. But Jane, hold on just a second. She says, do you use a normal key? Just curious. And I'm not sure what she means by the key. Jane, do you mean like an unlocking the Akashic records? I don't know if you're still here, but if you might want to elaborate a little bit, you can always come back and watch the replay. I'll keep an eye on the time, and I can let you know how Cheryl, the Akashic records key. Yes, that's what she's referring to.
No. I think the best answer for that question is no, I don't. I mean, there is a part of what I do that is possible for someone to get a key, but it's not necessary. It's what I do. You basically, if you saw what I did, what you would see me, I use a visualization here and a blessing and a process that brings that visualization and blessing together. And I do all of that having made a set of agreements with the records about how I'm going to do what I do. So that's where you start, actually, is with a set of agreements. And there's a set for opening for yourself, and there's a set of agreements for opening for other. So like in opening for other, the two major agreements are that I will never open the records unless someone asks me to do it. And I don't mean higher self to higher self. I mean, in real life, they ask me.
Yeah, no third party readings. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that then I also never offer to do a reading. I tell people that I open the Akashic records, but someone has to ask me. I won't offer. I don't go up to someone.
I like the ethics.
Yeah, right.
And that's a lot of readers out there, not necessarily in our community, but there are. I've noticed YouTube's gotten a very huge tarot and oracle community, and I've seen certain channels pop up that I've checked out, and they're like, oh, they're going into this person's business, they're going into there, they're in the language. I'm like, whoa. I mean, that's their, they're going to have to answer for spirit and stuff, with that. And I try not to judge, but at the same time, it's like, oh boy, you just can tell the difference between the energy. So I know it's nice that you have that ethic where
Yeah.
she won't reach out to you. So if anyone says I'm, Cheryl, because a lot of people are doing that too. They are actually
Oh.
pretending to be other psychics,
Yeah.
readers, and reaching out to people saying, would you like, me to do a reading for you? I'll do it, and send me money,
Yeah.
and in our, community, you got to be very careful now with people, it's unfortunate, but so yeah.
Yeah. So
There you go. Yeah.
yep, exactly.
So ethics are really now. Before I go ahead and I put us back for readings, did you want to take this opportunity now to explain to people how you do the numbers
Oh, sure.
before we
So
go ahead?
yeah, so the way that I do readings with the Gemstone Guardian cards is I ask people to pick 3 numbers, and the first number represents what was, the second number represents what is, and the third number represents what will be. And then I use those 3 numbers to draw the cards out of the deck, and I give you a reading and kind of what was, what is, and what will be.
And is there a certain number that
yes,
you can go
so
from?
you choose, right, so you choose, the numbers are 1 through 30.
Okay.
1 through 30. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, and they don't
Thank
have
you.
to be in order. They can just be in any order. Like if you think 30 is your what was card, that's fine. So whatever numbers you think is what was, what is, and what will be.
And now you count out the cards, right? You don't
I
go
do.
before. So you never know.
Right.
What
So I never
you're
know.
going to get. So
That's
you
right.
know.
And in between every
That's what's
reading,
so
I
fascinating
shuffle.
about how she does it. I love it.
Yeah. So so I shuffle and
it's so
yeah.
cool. It's unique. I like when fellow readers have their very own unique style. So cool because we can learn from each other and develop and
Yeah, well, the Gemstone Guardians told me to do it this way, right? There's actually what I call the Council of Gemstone Guardians, which is another level, but it's the collection of all the Gemstone Guardians. And I asked, well, is there a way to do a reading? And that's what they suggested. I'm like, okay, cool. This is good. This is good.
All righty, very cool. So questions are closed. I have Emerald Buddha. I have Nancy. I have Lady Silver. I have Fatima. And Fatima, this isn't for all of September. This is going to be kind of like the new moon energy for the next few days as we're moving, because right now the energy is still a strong new moon. So this is going to be like an energy reading, probably going like into the weekend. L and R, L and R. Let's see. Let me unstar Jane's question. Sonia. Now Sonia, we're doing new moon. So I know you asked for a message from Daniel. We'll see if whatever numbers you pick, if the new moon energy you feel is a message from Daniel, we can do that too. And
Sonia said further down, Heather, I will change my question to go with the shout if possible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she said that.
That's fine. All righty. Okay, so right now we are start at 6. So I figured this will be enough time for, another half hour, so I don't go too far past an hour if I can. I do have another live tonight at 8, so I need to make sure I take a potty break and give the kids a pet and
a little snack,
and all that good stuff. So a little snack. So I'm not reading in the later on tonight. And this Heather lost it. So all righty. No more caffeine for Heather tonight. So Emerald Buddha, if you want to go ahead and put in your 3 numbers from 1 to 30. And we'll get started. And then I'll just go ahead and pull from my new deck that I got today. Lady Silver, if you're still here, thank you for my gift. It came in today. It is so beautiful. So this will be the first time I get to use it. So 3, 23, and 7.
All right.
And tonight I'll be using the Healing Heart Oracle, Love Letters to Your Soul by Ina Segal and Jenna Della Guartalia. So yes, Lady Silver, thank you so much. I absolutely love the art on these cards. And let me get Cheryl.
Okay, so this is for Emerald Buddha. And they're kind of focusing this also sort of like understanding the energy for you over the moon, this next moon, basically. What was came up as Obsidian, whose spirit name is Angelic Transition. And what was is that it was either a not a clear understanding or a misunderstanding of what your inner power is about, like almost like not even being able to see it. So that's what was. And the angelic transition part of this, of the Obsidian, is what helps you move past that limitation, past that misunderstanding. And it feels like, I mean, what they're saying to me is that is very much a thing of the past. You've come through it. So that what is Chalcedony, collected origins. And the message of Chalcedony is life is for all who dare to live in the fullness of infinite possibility. So having come through like the misunderstanding or the lack of clarity of who you are essentially moves you into a place where you are connected in this moment with infinite possibility. And the new moon for you in particular is about moving into that energy so that, oh, I love this one. What will be is the energy of fluorite, simply clarity. And the message is simply live.
Yeah,
because it's, you brought it all together. It's there. You're ready to move forward.
Yeah, love that.
Very nice. Thank you.
Yep, I pulled a couple of cards too. The first card that I got was this 3 of Air card, this sword card. It says sorrow, forgiveness, healing. This is kind of like the past card, something that you're healing, something that you're, maybe something happened. You're either extending forgiveness or somebody is extending forgiveness to you, but you're out of that energy. You're coming out of it because now you are entering this energy coming up of this 4 of Air, which says meditation, recuperation, and contemplation. Hopefully you're taking some time for yourself if you possibly can and really contemplating on where you're moving as this new moon energy starts up. You're contemplating on moving forward, taking that time to really think about what your next steps are. And why is that? Because you have some good messages coming in. You have a full cup. This does say romantic, emotional, and dramatic, but this Knight of Water card is moving forward with again, a full cup of possibilities of an answer, getting a message, something that you're waiting on. And the last card that I did get for you, which is a really nice card, is the Magician card, manifestation, empowerment, preparedness. As you move forward, you've had, some things in the past, obviously, that have come up. You're working through those. You actually have worked through those in many ways. And now you are really ready to move forward with this new moon energy. If you are ready to move forward, the energy is around you to manifest. And you're the preparedness. You're prepared to move forward. And so that's the message I got for you.
Thank you. And really quick, Brenda Tarot has joined us. Hello, Sylvia from Colorful Foresight has joined us. I'm not sure if I mentioned Sonia. Sonia is here. We said hello to Jane. I'm trying to make sure that I did not miss anybody. And if I did, I apologize. So let me go in and, these new cards. So the first card that I have, and you know how you just had that cup with
yes.
the hearts, and one of the lines in this book for this card is, in order to keep filling your inner cup, you need to give yourself more time to meditate on higher worlds and develop a deeper connection. How beautiful. And this is the card. It is called Divine. This is the Healing Heart Oracle. So everything's title is going to have heart in it. And so this is the divinely connected heart. And the message is meet your karma. So it feels like this goes perfect with talking about the Akashic, looking back on your life, whether in this lifetime, in a past life, and just looking at where you've come from this far, and in this new moon, taking a look at seeing what maybe karmically you can be releasing, what you feel like you can be letting go. The next card I have is the unavailable heart. Face painful experiences and heal. So at this time, and this is good too for a new moon, this one we can really tap into working with our shadow self, our past traumas, and not to be scared, because there's great strength and power in working with past trauma and hurt and pain, because it shows how far we've grown and how far how far we've come, how far we've grown, and how strong we are and resilient we are. So I just absolutely love the artwork in these cards. And then the last one that I have, Emerald, is the hurt heart. I see you. So your heart, this is saying that you recognize your emotions. Sometimes when we are in pain, we want to shut our emotions off. We don't want to deal with them, and we ignore them, and then it ends up causing discomfort, dis-ease in our body, and makes us very uncomfortable. And with this new moon, it's just a beautiful time to be able to sit in those feelings of pain or hurt, past traumas, and just sit in them for a few minutes, feel them, honor them, and then release them in however way that you can. Writing them down on a paper, journaling, or maybe burning that paper, or taking a salt bath and setting those energies into the water and down the drain. But this is just a really beautiful time for a lot of us to heal, to let go. And then with the new moon too, is that we can start planting new seeds to bring into fruition as we come up into the full moon. So I hope that resonates with you, Emerald. I'm making sure I didn't miss anybody else that came in. I know Allie had popped in. Allie, I hope you're still here. Nice to have you in chat. So, alrighty, let me go to, and next person is Nancy. Oh, you're welcome. She says, thank you, ladies. You're more than welcome. So Nancy Riker is our next person on the list. As three questions are currently closed, I can add you to the list, but we don't know if we'll have time. But I will add you just in case we do.
Does she need to pick numbers?
Oh, that's right. Nancy Riker, I need numbers, sweetheart. 3 numbers.
1 through 30.
Between 1 and 30. And Astrid, we are doing new moon crystal readings and card readings. So we're focusing on the energies of the new moon. We just had that last night.
Yeah, and I'm ready to read on Nancy.
Okay, so while we're waiting for Nancy with her numbers.
Nancy, the first card that I got is the 6 of Michael card. It says it's the light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe a sigh of relief and make new plans, relocation, or travel. So it sounds like you are getting ready with this new moon energy to really move forward. And really, it's the light at the end of the tunnel energy, moving forward, getting some new things going, manifesting some new things, of which draws me to this next card that you got, which is 3 of Ariel, which says, do what you love. A time of great personal growth in your career or in artistic endeavors, working with others in a cooperative manner. So it may just be time, again, with this new moon energy, to start moving, getting some good partnerships going, moving forward, creative endeavors, working endeavors. You get the last card is the Empress card, which is time to act upon your plans. Creativity is rewarded, luxurious, or abundant resources. Here you go, moving forward. If you are ready, the energies around you are ready to really propel you forward. It sounds, I'm getting the, I hear the words I just heard were you're in the groove. If you're in the groove and you're ready to go, the energies are right there with you. And the last card I got as a clarifying card for you is the Butterfly Spirit Transformation. So, it's number 8, and it sounds like truly you are ready to move forward. So these are all nice cards for moving forward in that new moon energy. I hope that resonates.
No, I don't see Nancy. I think Nancy might have left.
Okay.
So
I went ahead and just pulled 3 cards for her.
Okay.
Yeah, nice.
And then I'll go after you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. All right. So what I got for you, Nancy, for what was is garnet. And garnet energy is very much about moving from survival to thriving. And so this new moon energy is about you really embracing that and feeling the path forward in that sense of I thrive. What is then is granite, which is, I love this. Oh my God, this is such an amazing gemstone guardian. The strength of granite, I mean, we all know that, but the strength of granite energetically is something that we often, I think, overlook. And when it comes up in the present like this for you, granite is here to provide that foundation that allows you to thrive. So that what will be is the rainbow strength of agate. And its message is find peace within to experience transcendence here and now. So it's about how you're moving into that transcendent energy that's available to you in your life. And it feels like that's going to happen. I mean, it's already happening, but it's going to happen on a deeper level as you move through the next 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay, thank you. And really quick, Marita's mirror came in. Hello, Marita. Thank you for being here. And I just went ahead and put just to let me start that over again. To please be present when possible for your readings. It helps us to be able to connect with your energy, especially if we need to maybe ask another question for a little bit more clarification. And if you're unable to be here, that could also open a slot for another person requesting a reading. So just a heads up, and thank you so much for being here. And oh, hello, Holly. Thanks for just popping in. So Nancy, really quick, I have prospering heart. Look for beauty, abundance, and generosity. So this new moon, I feel that this is the energy that's surrounding you in this new moon. I also have the rejected heart. Transform heartbreak into inner strength. So again, another perfect card for new moons, going in, healing the past traumas. I just love this. It's like some modern dancers who do those beautifully dances where they connect and with the body. They just seem to be so in tune with each other. I love how they chose that for this card. So this has to do with taking that heartbreak and just using it for strength, as I mentioned before, because I think you might be going through something that's bringing you a little bit of pain right now. The last card I have is Adventurous Heart. Set sail on a trip of a lifetime. So tapping into that adventurous spirit, maybe taking a small trip, even if it's around town, doing something good for yourself to help you process and move through any hurt or healing that you're doing right now. Okay, there you are, Nancy. So we didn't get your numbers, but Cheryl still picked cards for you. So taking this time to just take time for yourself, doing what you need to do to help nurture and heal whatever might be troubling your heart at this time. So that was your reading, Nancy. So you want to play back really quick and take a listen, go right ahead. Important call, totally understand. So let's see. Next one up is Lady Silver, and she did give her numbers. So, and her numbers are 6, 27, and 23.
All right. Okay. Are you waiting on me? I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm still getting my stuff together too.
Oh, cool. So the first card for you, Lady Silver, is actually not what was. This is a card showing up right now for you about the foundation of you in this moment is copper, the conductive spirit. And if you don't have a piece of copper close to you, it would be really good for you to get this, because it will help the transmission of your energy, especially over the next 4 weeks. Copper is part of its message is experience life in a state of awe. And it's that kind of awe that can come when you feel in balance with who you are, and when you feel in balance between heaven and earth. That creates the foundation for what is, which is the energy of sugilite or sugalite, both ways, transcendent connection. And so if your foundation is in that really cool, balanced state, then being able to take in awareness of things beyond sort of like the everyday or the linear dimensions or whatever becomes possible, because you have the support of sugilite. Sugilite is all about opening yourself up at a spiritual level. And oh, this is such a great combination of cards, because the third card for you of what will be is selenite, which is a liquid light. And it's how the foundation of copper and sugilites interact together to create light. And so through those two, the selenite just becomes like a beam of light that is an expression of your deepest essence.
Very nice.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, it's funny that you should talk about foundations, because the first card that I got for you is transformation, which is realization, life change, and liberation. This is kind of like the Tower card, where that foundation is changing, but it's good, because it's not, if something is not built on a strong foundation, it might fall down, and that's actually okay, because then it allows you 2 things. It allows you, well, actually 1 thing, which is freedom, because now you can rebuild on a much stronger foundation. So when you were talking about foundation, Cheryl, I really was looking at this card and thinking, yes, those foundations, they may be changing, and that's absolutely excellent, because that's bringing you the freedom to move forward. The next card I got was this High Priestess card. You're talking about the foundations and growing like your spirituality. Well, this is intuition. This is wisdom. This is that spiritual knowledge. This is, getting those deep spiritual, moments where you can take time and really delve into who you are, and ask yourself the question, what is my foundation? Who am I? And how do I need to move forward in the world on the right foundation that I feel comfortable in? That's not always the foundation that other people think that you should be moving forward in, by the way. Again, get the Queen of Water card. It says loving, giving, and psychic. This is also highly the Queen of Water. She's also Queen of Cups, very highly intuitive, very psychic, very, very much knows what she wants. I don't know if this has anything to do with business for you, but very good business person, very good person in general, because she understands like data. She understands, she reads, she learns, she understands all the mental stuff, but she also understands her intuition, and that is what guides her. She looks deep inside. Again, she goes deep with this High Priestess card, and who am I and what do I want moving forward? Wrapping things, 2 more cards. I then got the Star card. This is a balance card. This card represents balance. He has 1 foot on the land and 1 foot in the water. He's balancing that water. That is like a wish come true, fulfillment. It says inspiration, fulfillment, faith, moving forward in your new balanced, your new balanced self, and knowing that you are bringing forth this water to people, almost like a life-giving water that you're offering to people, to actually have them watch you and learn and say, I want to be like her. I want to do what she's doing. And I want to enjoy that peace and that inner balance. And then the last card I got, this clarifier card, I got Eagle Spirit, which is freedom. Again, which takes me back to this Tower card, or this transformation card. The last word here is liberation on the bottom, because it's this liberation, this freedom that allows you to open up to who you are and really dive deep into who you are and move forward. So that's the messages I got for you. I hope they resonate.
Ooh, and I love following up with Avana. Because with that Tower moment, divinely connected heart. So you are connecting. This is to do with the karma again, but it's just like that shifting, karmic patterns, the shifting of the tower, things being rearranged, being changed, being moved. Yes, reinventing heart. Get to know yourself anew. So because of that tower, you get to start again from the foundation, start looking at what makes you happy, who you are, discovering, who am I? What's my true authentic self? What are my hopes? What are my dreams? What are my, my strengths, compared to what my weaknesses are. And I usually like using the word weaknesses. It's just things that we want to work on. Just really getting to the core again of who you are, making sure that you have love and compassion for yourself and respect, and knowing that I can still attain my goals and my dreams and the hopes that I have. And the other card I have is the Hungry Heart. Awaken the true song of your heart. So again, and I think it was Cheryl that was mentioning between dimensions, heaven and earth. This kind of feels like that. You have two individuals and you're coming and meeting together. So you're connecting your higher self with who you are in this physical body, and discovering again that love for yourself and what makes you happy, and what fulfills your heart and what brings you joy and happiness. So beautiful cards for the new moon. I keep wanting to say full moon. It's so weird because I'm so used to reading full moon with Avana.
Yes.
So I keep wanting to say full moon, and it's like, nope.
Not this time.
Thank you. Just really quick, Book Bewitched. Welcome. She popped in. Lalima popped in. Hello. Thank you. I want to name your grandbaby that. Oh my goodness. It's a beautiful name. It really is. I resonate I resonate with it. Thank you, ladies. You're so welcome. So loving these readings tonight. So our next is for Fatima, and I thought Fatima, I had saved your numbers. Yep, and here are Fatima's numbers: 3, 9, and 26.
Cool. I came prepared. So I just jumped right in. Okay, so Fatima, the first card is Petrified Wood. And I actually debated about whether to include the, like petrified wood. And the more I got, the more I got involved with this energy, the more I realized that this is really interesting gemstone energy, because petrified wood is a process of alchemy. And what more would be a part of the essence of who we are than something that comes to us through that alchemy, right? The pressurization of what turns wood into petrified wood. So for this for you is not actually a what was card. This is the foundation of who you are. Your essential nature comes through in that process of being aware of how what you don't expect can shift into what is exactly what you need. And so it's part of it is really trusting your awareness and trusting that you can follow that awareness and it will benefit you, even if you don't quite see what the end of the road's going to be. So to go along with that, what you need, especially it feels like in this new moon cycle, is selenite, the liquid light. And it's how the essence of you shows up, even in just simple day-to-day ways, to help you feel the light of who you are and make it like, let's really truly make it difficult for you to ignore it. Because part of the message of selenite is all is connected, valued, and unique. And that's true of you, Fatima.
No.
Then the last card is opal, Heartfire.
Ooh, my favorite stone.
I
Sorry.
know. Me too. I love opal. Love is the fire of free personal expression. And when you have this balance within the foundation of who you are, allowing the essence of who you are to shine through, then you are able to express love as you are freely allowing yourself to be. And that it feels like this, there's something here about love as you move through the next, like, say 4 to 6 weeks, there is going to be really important. And so it's important to remember that love brings you to a state of ecstasy as much as it brings you to a state of vulnerability. So I hope that helps you.
Yeah, wow.
Love that.
Yeah,
Oh,
wow.
it's like, how do I follow up? I mean, the message is just like, I'll just go sit back.
Cheryl's a tough act to
I'll
follow. I'm telling you,
let
right?
Cheryl
Oh, you guys, you all are awesome. No.
Pressure. Hello, and really quick, Mary Meet Aurora. Thank you, Caitlin Hunt, for being here. And
Yeah,
also, Book Bewitched jumped in, and she says, I love petrified wood.
Yes.
And I have a piece too. Mine has a beautiful, soft energy, so most definitely.
Beautiful. Okay. The first card I got for you is this 5 of Water card. Looking a bit like disappointment, regret, and forgiveness, but knowing that this really, I'm thinking this is more in your recent path, but I want to point out on this card, don't cry over spilled milk. You see, there are 3 cups here. She's a little bit, disappointed. Something is just not, it's just one of those days. Keep your eye on these 2 cups that are still standing, because don't cry over spilled milk, because we'll get to what you are. We'll get to what's going on. We're going to get to that, because I don't want to spoil it, because it's beautiful. So next card I got was this 7 of Water. You are spoiled for choice. A lot of choices. Don't overanalyze. Don't get wound up on these 3 cups that that are falling. Keep the eye on the 2 cups right here that are upright, full of joy and happiness and love. And here is another room full of cups. You are spoiled for choice as you move forward. You are able to say, I want this, I want that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Why? Because you are now getting the courage to move forward on the path. Aspen spirit, this courage is moving you forward. You're saying, you know what? I'm done. Not doing what I want to do and moving forward. So we're moving forward with courage. And then I got Water spirit, which is manifesting dreams. You are ready to manifest your dreams. And and the reason why, is because you have been through this disappointment. You have taken a look at all these options that you have. And now what you need and what you're working on right now with this energy is this courage to manifest these dreams. I'm getting the chills, by the way, while I say this. That usually means
I love that deck.
Yeah. Yep. And the last card I picked for you was this graduation card. It's the Golden Insights Oracle. And this is where I got excited for the whole reading, but leveling up. Intelligence, recognition and achievement, learning something new. I am getting the feeling that you are spiritually leveling up, which is what kind of has led to some of this frustration that you have, or that you have had in the recent past. But you are ready to level up if you haven't already. I mean, this is coming. I feel like this is coming. So I hope this message resonates. But yes, you're very much on your way, and just so courageous and so much into manifesting your dreams. And many blessings.
Yep. Perfect. Thank you, Avana. So wow, where do I start? So at this time, I'm going to go with this card first. I have the Reinventing Heart again. So this is a time when you're discovering, it says to get to know yourself anew. So this is rediscovering yourself. And like with the cups spilled milk, you still have 2. Let's look at those. What's in those cups? What have you not looked in there yet? That is you. That's something that you may not know about yourself, or maybe something you might have forgotten about yourself of who you were. Because I also get the intuitive heart, stepping into your true destiny. And so that is a
Ooh.
really powerful card. Um, you have, it's kind of interesting how she put like a little tiny little brain in there, but it's kind of like it's balance for me. It's balancing the mind with the heart. So bringing the heart and the mind to the same place. It's like in mindfulness where you have the emotional self, and you have that practical linear, and when you come into the middle, you have that beautiful wise mind. So when you start having those moments where you have those 7 of Cups and you're looking, who am I? I don't know where, this is what's happened in my past. Just tap into that intuition, just breathe, sit with yourself, reflect, take a look at those 2 cups. What's in there? What can I rediscover about myself that I didn't know? And I know you can do this because the other card I have is called the Resilient Heart, and it's time to rebuild. So here you go again, another building yourself anew, reestablishing, who you are, finding out what your joys are, what your passions are, what your strengths are, what you are willing to put up with and not put up with. And for me, this is also a beautiful card about healthy boundaries. Also, that beautiful, like, felt those petals, and you got that beautiful lotus. So like with the lotus, they say no mud, no bloom, because the lotus has to go through the darkness and then it blooms once it hits the water and comes into the sunlight. So you are lighting up. You have that beautiful light of protection around your heart, and you are blossoming, and you are strong, and you are resilient, my dear. We all are.
Yeah.
Yes.
We all are very resilient. We may think that because one's trauma might be considered worse than another. We've all experienced a pain that was hard for us, and we all are resilient. We are all strong. So just put, that out there. So, and she says, does somebody have a bird? That sounds awesome. Or I'm hearing a bird? No?
I think I have the window open. I might have a bird, but I don't know.
Oh, okay. I thought it was my crazy there for a second. I'm like, I keep hearing a bird answering me. And I'm like, I don't have a bird and my window's closed. But Fatima says, beautiful readings. Just what I've been praying for. You're welcome, sweetheart. So let me go here really quick. And next up is Ellen R. And I do believe I saw Ellen put her I got you on the list, girl. Ellen, did you put your numbers in? I'm looking for your numbers. So Ellen, if you can put in 3 numbers between 1 and 30 for Cheryl. And as soon as Astrid said, I heard it too. And Holly says it sounded like a crow. And here are her numbers. There you go, Cheryl.
Oh, perfect.
Avana, if you get cards first, let me know.
Oh, I got it.
Yay!
Okay. All right, Ellen, let's see. So again, for you, this is actually a foundation card as opposed to what was the energy of turquoise. And turquoise when I worked with turquoise's energy is very adamant about how she expresses, and it's very much a female. The spirit name is Mother, and she says, have no fear, begin, enjoy. And that's where you are right now. And the foundation of your life is to let go of fear. It's not that fear can't show up, but it's making a choice to not be intimidated by fear. And that allows you to begin enjoy. So doing that moves you into the energy of Jasper, ancient unity. And Jasper is very much about bringing forward, like, I think the best way to think of it is either ancestral energy or ancient wisdom energy. And you bring that into this foundation that has no fear. It means that you're able to be aware of, you know, all kinds of things in your life that in some respects don't even make sense, but yet because you allow yourself to be aware of it, it comes in and melts with your heart, and you get it. You just get it, right? Like it's like intuition, right? Like you just know it. And because the fear has been kind of held back a little bit, it allows you to not be afraid that your inner power is expressing itself in this way. And boy, this is the card of the night. So selenite.
Wow.
Yes. Right? Like here we are really with new moon energy. It's amazing. Yeah. But that's so when you step into that deepest part of yourself and you are okay with it, right? Like it might scare you a little bit. It might worry you a little bit, but somehow you are willing to be vulnerable enough to allow yourself to understand it and to feel it. You step into the deepest light of who you are, body, mind, heart, and soul. Have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the light that without the light there is no dark, and vice versa. They both illuminate each other.
That's right.
It's beautiful. And just, I don't know if you can see this, but Ellen said, I wore my turquoise necklace earlier this week. I think I was feeling it.
Oh, yay.
There's
cool. There we go. I love it.
All righty. Wanted to make sure you saw that.
The cards I pulled in this reading, I mean, I'm almost getting emotional over them. So I'm just going to go with it. And it's a good emotion. The first one I get is the 6 of air. Basically, relief, hope, moving on. You are moving on to smoother waters. That's all there is to it. Why? Because your intuition is opening up and you're listening again to your inner messages and who you need to be. And you're learning how to discern those messages. This card it has a fish in the cup. This can be kind of like a message that doesn't make sense or a message that maybe is not a correct message. But the reason why you're getting this card is because you're now listening to these messages to your intuition, and you're now being able to discern what your ego is telling you and what your intuition is telling you. And you're really getting very good at that. Again, the cup, you have that cup card, that page of water card. Again, this 7 of cup cards comes up. Again, many choices, many cups to look into. That's what you're working on. Again, that discernment. And then I got the Wizard of the Woods saying to focus on the messages and not the messages so much, but the feelings and who you are inside, to start to really, that's what you're really working on, is focusing on who you are. And really with this Wizard of the Woods energy, you are up there in the higher echelons of the energy while you're doing this focusing. 2 more cards. I got Swan Spirit. It says time for a deep dive, time to really go and deep, go deep. Yeah. And then I'm sorry, 2 more cards. I'm going to tell you both. This last 2. Stag Spirit, take the lead. It is time. It is time to move forward. And Spider Spirit, make your dreams real, right? You're right there. You're here creating that beautiful life energy as you move forward. And it is really time for you to do that. And you are really ready to do that. So those are the cards I got for you. I hope they resonate.
And can you see what she said, or do you want me to read it? Because I don't know if you have view of the
yeah, no, I can see it.
Okay. For both of you.
Yeah,
so.
that's amazing.
Yeah, for both. Yeah.
Hey, Ellen,
great. Card.
Cool.
Yeah. So Ellen, I have the Rebellious Heart, and it's called Think for Yourself, and this is just beautiful. It's time to do your own dance. Take that. I just love how the clouds are breaking up. Her heart is bursting forward. She's arms open. She's not even looking. It's almost kind of, I feel like a Fool kind of card. Whereas you're ready for a new adventure. You're ready to step forward into a new life. That reinventing of oneself. And the next card is recovering heart, and it's stepping onto the road of deeper healing. So that could be very much what she's getting ready to step on, is this road of deeper healing. And I
Yeah.
just can't get over the artwork on these cards, and just allowing, and this beautiful white dove. You know, it's usually associated, you know, with Christianity, with the Holy Spirit, but that is our spirit. That is our divine essence of whoever our higher power is. And that it's just bursting forth out of your heart, wanting to fly, wanting to explore. And the last card that I have is called the Curious Heart, and it's embark on a great adventure. So again, she's stepping on that road. She's throwing her arms up to the air. She's opening her heart. She's on the road to healing, and during the healing, she will discover so many new things about herself. So go on that adventure, open that up. And I love too the balance with the first card has kind of like a almost kind of like a moonlit sky, you know, and then the sun or the light can be kind of like moonlight energy too. And then we end with the sun at the top. So it's like you're balancing the feminine, the divine, masculine, bringing that together. And with that, it opens that heart up. And then you can find that balance and that way of healing and being able to step forward and discover, you know, parts of yourself. That seems to be the theme a lot for tonight, discovering ourselves, reinventing ourselves. I'll taking this new moon to shake up the old foundation and kind of getting past through the emotions and focusing on what truly, you know, makes us happy and what we desire, you know, and especially learning how to be present in the moment. So just beautiful, ladies. Thank you so much. This is wonderful.
It is.
Making sure I did not miss any there was a comment that I did. Oh, let me just see. That's a beautiful card. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Alan. Earlier, Holly had made a comment. So many souls are looking for answers to the new earth and the direction they should take. So she was mentioning earlier during the readings that she's enjoying this because we need this type of energy. You know, there's so much heaviness in the world. She said that, and you know, that this is good. This helps us get grounded, gives us hope, you know. So this is beautiful. So again, thank you, ladies, you know, for joining me this evening. So let me move that. And so, okay, next one is Sonia. And I know that she went ahead and she changed her numbers. Sonia, can you go ahead and put your 3 numbers into the chat? If you did already, I don't see them and I apologize, but if you can just pop those back in there really quick. So that would be awesome. I'll go ahead and start shuffling. And Alan said, thank you, ladies. All 3 of you provided me with encouragement to move forward.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very nice. Sonia, are you still here, sweetheart? I don't have a white courtesy phone like Cheryl does, so I can't do the phone ring ring. I can pretend. Ring ring ring. Sonia, please pick up the. So she may have had to step away. So Avana, do you have cards?
Almost.
Here, let me.
Yep. Oh, she put her numbers in. Oh, okay.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There they are. Okay.
Oh.
7, 33, and 28.
So the 33, Sonia, can you pick another number 1 through 30 for me, please?
Oh, that's right. Sonia.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right, I'm ready to go.
Go ahead. Yeah, go. Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, the first card that I get for you is this Knight of Earth card. It says organized, responsible, and supportive. The Knight of Earth, Knight of Pentacles, very responsible, very conservative, very slow moving. But you know what? And also, in the Rider-Waite deck, these are like empty fields back here where you can plant seeds that are going to grow. They're not going to sprout tomorrow, but it's definitely time to start planting the seeds and having that that solid energy of waiting, you know, tending to your garden and letting things and nurturing things as you move forward. So I definitely get a very big sense of this nurturing energy, this supportive energy, this solid, reliable energy around you. Because why is that? because you need to make a strategy change in moving forward just a little bit. It says awareness, caution, and consequences. You really are, like, your challenge right now is, I'm very solid. I know where I'm at. I know what I'm doing. It's all good. But there are some things that definitely need tweaked as you move forward. Some things in your energy, some things in just I'm just hearing like your day-to-day, something's there. I don't know if you do need to do a little more meditation, or if you need to, I don't know, whatever, crystal work, whatever it is, maybe aligning your chakras, some things, just a little bit of a strategy change, that little bit of tweaking is really going to send you right into this 9 of water card, which is wishes, dreams, and happiness. This is the outcome. So doesn't take much. And you know what? I just noticed that this woman is also standing in front of a field of flowers. So the flowers are there. The energy is there. You're right there. A little bit of tweaking. Again, if something in your energy field is needed, and your outcome card and your clarifier card is this bluebird spirit, which is happiness. It's the bluebird of happiness. So you're really right there with the happiness and things. Just something a little bit, will just really put it over the edge. But that's the message I got for you. I hope it resonates.
Okay, just finishing because Jezreel came in and was like, what have I missed? And it's like, you missed a lot. And so Cheryl, I don't know, you saw that
yes,
Sonia put in 20 sets. Yeah, okay, so
yeah. So I got it, and then she put in, so this is going to be good. So Sonia, where you're at is in that process of learning to witness the depth of your soul as it expresses itself in your everyday life. And that's part of what happens when you move from, being focused on survive to move to thrive. And garnet energy is very, very involved in helping you feel safe to be able to do what you feel like you want to do. The energy then moves to Ruby, genuine beauty. And Ruby's message is uncertainty is a gift from the future. So when you're not sure about something, it's not that you don't know, it's that the motion from the future to help you understand is still in process. And so instead of having the knee-jerk reaction, like I'm wrong, I didn't do it right, so that's why I don't know, it's more about taking a breath and trusting that answer is moving towards you. Which I'll grant you is not easy to do when you want that answer.
Yeah,
I know, because that's where I get. But then for you, the outcome is turquoise, the mother of creation, that you have no fear, that you begin in joy because you are trusting the depth of who you are to help you find your way through life, instead of doing that knee-jerk reaction all the time of I'm not enough, I'm not good enough kind of thing. So that turquoise then really helps you come down into a solid weight, into the foundation of who you are. So I hope that helps.
Oh, that was perfect. When you just said you are enough, right?
Yep.
Look what this card says. You hear this? Worthy heart.
There we go. Oh my gosh, it's a cross.
I love that.
I love it. That's awesome.
So you have a worthy heart, sweetheart. You are enough.
Yes.
And you're that beautiful little light too that shines in that card. And again, I think, Caitlin made a comment that she feels like this reading is for her. A lot of times when we do the individual, because we're all going through a same time, experiencing similar energies and things in our life, a lot of these individual readings can also be very collective. We can all take and learn from each other's, messages and what we can resonate with them. Yep. And this card came up again, divinely connected to your heart, working through that karma. I got to really read the book and see how karma works in with divinely connected heart. But I think that's just, seeing that no matter what your past experiences, whether they're successes, what you might consider mistakes or failures or traumas, that, you know, in this life or in the past, that we have that power. And this beautiful yellow energy too, because of the solar plexus, just shows you that we are in control of our own life, our own destiny, our own path. I mean, to a certain degree, you know, things happen to us that throws us off, and we have to, that we didn't do that, but we have to be able to pick up and to get back on track again. But the yellow is such a strong color for your seat of power, your personal power, and how you hold yourself and your energy. And it's just beautiful when we can take everything that we've been through and own it and use that as a superpower. We all have that superpower. And the last card I have is the patient heart, and moving forward to grow. So it may take some time, but to be patient and kind and gentle with yourself. We all have different energy vibrations. We all have different experiences. So a quick example, I had a friend today tell me that she had to, you know, take some time off from friends and family because of the death of a loved one. And she said, you know, she felt like she had lost friends because of that. But it's, a lot of people expect us to, you know, heal quickly or in the same time that they did, but we are so unique. So to be patient with yourself, be kind, whether this is healing from a health, an emotional, a loss, or just looking at the karmic path and saying, okay, this is my past, you know, things have happened to me, but I own it. I stand in that power. I take what I learn, I grow, and I'm patient with myself, and I heal. So I'll end it with that. But just these beautiful messages all the way around tonight. And like that karma card, it keeps coming up for a lot of us, reminding us that, you know, no matter, you know, where we've been or where we've come from or who we currently are, we have the ability to change it and move forward, and we have those guides to reach out, especially our crystals, you know. Okay, here, so Sonia says my birthday is 1/5/59. Okay, we didn't eat birthdays, but that's very interesting. Love the she says I also love the turquoise, and beautiful, yes, working on being her best. That's awesome. And really quick, I just got these in today. This was a gift from Lady Silver, the Healing Heart Oracle. She treated me to a deck of cards, so I didn't have to wait long for them, so that's what I'm using. Okay, so we are at 7:17. I have enough time for one more question. Are you ladies okay?
Sure.
Okay, so there were two on the list that I added, Sylvia and Astri. Sylvia, are you still here? I'm sorry, Astri, but there will be other, if I know Astri, but let me see if Sylvia is still here. I have time for one more, hon, because I do another show at 8. So if you want to come back at 8 o'clock, I would be more than happy to. No, Astri, not right now, sweetheart. We only have time for. Let me see if Sylvia is here. Sylvia, honey, are you still here? Because I need a few minutes break in between. Sylvia, are you here? Sylvia, my dear. Okay. So I'm just gonna go Astri, go right ahead. We'll do Astri. And Sylvia, if you want to come back at 8 o'clock and get her reading, Allison and I will be on at 8. So let me give you over to Cheryl.
Yeah, Astri, you picked the 3 cards. I love it. So what's showing up for you on the 3 cards is the first card is turquoise, the mother.
There's the turquoise again.
Yeah, it's another, it's a turquoise, I think, is the other card of the night. But she's showing up to remind you that you are who you seek, right? Like however it is that you think you ought to be, you already are. You have that within you as the foundation of who you are. So second guessing yourself or thinking you're not enough or any of that kind of thing isn't, it's well, it's not really a delusion as much as it's just not true. And what will move you forward is really truly learning to believe in yourself, so that the energy that you move into with that idea is tourmaline, soul spark, all is possible. When you show up for yourself, that's when things happen. When you show up for yourself, that's when you find the power within to do whatever it is that you want to do and take care of the issues that are a part of your life, right? Even as we go on a journey to understand who we are spiritually, doesn't mean we get better. We just get better at dealing. Not being so freaked out when fear shows up or blame shows up or whatever. So that, and here's the other card of the night, I think, is fluorite. So that you move into that simple clarity of believing in yourself so that you can live. You just simply live. And the power in that, the awe that's in that, the amazement that you can have for yourself and the entire universe just comes spilling out of you because of that. So,
and she says, thank you. I have been going through that. Am I enough for this person, or get this job? I'm working on my self-esteem. And Astrid, that's perfect. Do you mind if I go, Avana?
No,
Really
go
quick?
ahead. Yeah,
okay.
go.
Because Astrid, honey, you have to be enough for yourself. You got the you are enough card again. And so, sweetheart, before you, don't worry about if you are worthy or enough for another person. You have to be that for yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you don't love yourself and accept yourself, then you're going to bring people also who will not treat you that way. It's that energy of, accepting those boundaries. I'm trying to figure out how to put this, but it's, if you put out that you're willing to take, looking for somebody else for self-validation, is not going to find you the true love. Because if you don't have that true love for yourself, and you feel that, and you believe in that, and you believe in yourself, then the other type of energy that you would be burning out would be bringing the people that are not good for you. So when you are in that state of, I love myself unconditionally, this is what I will not accept. I will be treated with kindness, love, holding yourself, putting that energy out there to attract that same person that will treat you that way as well. So you got to make sure and believe that you are worthy and you are enough for yourself, first of all, to start out with. Next card that I do have, the first one I started out with was a fearful heart. It's time to shine. So this card is saying that it's time to start being who you are, not being afraid of showing who you truly are, especially when it's to the right people. When you do have those healthy boundaries, and you do say, well, these are the only people I will allow into my life. These are the only energies I will allow. That creates that safe space within us to be able to fully show who we truly are. And that's what this card is saying, is like, not to be afraid to show, seeing how she's hiding in shadow, don't be afraid to show who you truly are. Don't be afraid to show yourself. Don't be afraid to show yourself who you truly are.
Yeah.
Let that sink in for a second. Because I also have the unseen heart, and it says you are significant. So there you have those two validating cards. You are significant and you are enough.
Mm.
So make sure that you are loving yourself first, and caring for yourself and nurturing yourself. And when you start doing that, that energy, that confidence will build, and the right people will come into your life. So don't be afraid to be who you truly are, and don't accept anything. Don't accept second best. I know that's an old saying, but it's so really true. So I hope that helps with you, sweetheart. So we're almost at 7:30. Ladies, thank you
I have
so
to.
much.
I have to.
Oh, you didn't go yet? Oh, I'm sorry, Avana.
That's okay.
I'm so used to
Very
going
quickly.
last. I forgot I still.
That's totally fine. You have a lot of fire cards in the cards that I pulled. The first card, and that's creative energy, moving forward. Just having that that go get it kind of energy. But the first card is this 5 of fire. This is feeling a bit conflicted, the annoyances, the competition in life, just the kind of things that, just kind of like, oh, I got to deal with this. I got to deal with that. But you know what? You go right from that into this renewal energy, which is reflection, self-evaluation, and rebirth. You are right there. You are like in a phase of just pure rebirth and renewal as you move forward, leading you to 2 more fire cards, which is the 6 of fire, success, recognition, self-esteem. This is a leadership card, moving forward with that energy, going forward. And also this page of fire card, which is creative, enthusiastic, motivated. That's what you want to think about. I'm motivated. I'm enthusiastic. I'm ready to go. I'm going to take the day and I'm going to hold it like this, this wand, and we're going to just move forward. How do I get there? I picked this, and the reason I picked it, well, this card, Spirit Guardian of Autumn, makes me kind of think that this energy is going to be happening in the next few months. How do we do it? Letting go. Let go of any old beliefs that don't work. Let go of what you think other people think about you. Let go of all that, all those thoughts that just kind of drag you down. Let them go. Why? You have all this fire, creative energy. By letting go, it sends you through this standing stones, this passage. It takes you into a whole new, do you see the lights there? Like that beautiful light energy. Again, the fire energy. And the last card I got for you was this fire spirit card. The energy. This is you. Do you see the flames coming out of her hands? That's you. That's inside. You need to let that flow out, because I'm getting the chills right now, which is always a confirmation for me. That is you. That is your energy moving forward and really just lighting up this world, right? What's that saying? I can't remember. Only shooting stars break the mold, right? That Smash Mouth song, right? Only shooting stars break the mold. You are ready to break those molds.
Oh, I love that.
All across the board, and let that energy shine. Namaste, mwah, my friend. I hope that resonates.
She says, Avana, I really, really, really appreciate it. You took the time to give me this message, sending you so much light and love for this new moon and each of us that are here. And I don't know if you saw it before, but she said that she's dealt with, since she was little, feeling loved and the fear of abandonment and anxiety. Girl, I'm there with you. So she'll be writing this in her journal. Exactly. I am enough. I am worthy. I am beautiful.
I am divinity, right?
I am divinity. Yeah. Just make those your positive mantras. And she says, I got the chills too. Thank you.
Oh, awesome.
You're so welcome.
Thanks for sharing that.
All righty.
Thank you. Now I'm getting the vapors. I gotta go. Whew, it's a good time to wrap it up.
Yeah, yes. This is awesome. This has been awesome, though. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Cheryl, for joining Avana and I. And Vanna, thank you for introducing me to Cheryl. Truly amazing.
Thank you. Yes, absolutely.
And I definitely would love to have you ladies on again. I have a segment that I do called Crystal Visions, where I bring people on to talk about their favorite crystals, their stones. We do, readings for people in chat. So
yeah,
Avana, Cheryl, together, separate, both.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I'd love to do that again. So
anytime, Heather. Thank you.
And Allison and I have a Friday night show every Friday at 8:00. So if you ever want to pop on and hang out, it's basically end of the week. We talk about what's going on, kind of week we had. Is there anything on your mind? Anything that you need to talk about or you want to share? And it's just basically heart-to-heart conversations. And then we pull some cards, So
awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, the door's always open. You're both always welcome. You know that. And open. There she is. I saw her earlier. I will watch this on replay. Have a wonderful evening. You just see you in the short, Allison.
Yeah.
So, all right, everybody. Thank you for being here. Maybe we'll see you a little bit later with Allison. And ladies, have a wonderful weekend. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Yes.
And,
great weekend to everybody. Heather, Avana, thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
This
Thank
is
you for
awesome.
coming. All righty. Have a
Absolutely.
good evening, everyone.
All right. Good night.
Bye bye.